Caitlin Clark sits out first game, eyes debut versus Brazilian squad in Iowa. Let's talk about it with me, Reese Will, on the Going Strong podcast. Caitlin Clark sits out first game, eyes debut versus the Brazilian squad in Iowa. Now the Indiana Fever, basically, they had their first preseason game versus the Washington Mystics. Went into overtime 79-74, and they won. Sophie Cunningham, 21 points, 8 rebounds. She was a plus 16 with 34 minutes. Now, we know Caitlin has been battling a leg injury, but if you hadn't heard her talk about the update on her leg, let's take a listen.
What's going on, Seth? How are you doing today? Just a little tightness. I'll go through all our warm-ups and everything, and then they'll decide if I'm good to go or not, but it'll be the medical picture. You know, this is basically a new roster. You look up and down, obviously you've got 5 players back, but other than that, like, you're trying to build chemistry with your teammates. And to be doing rotations, nobody's going to play a ton of minutes. It's kind of just going out there and getting the feel. We've been going against each other, going against our practice guys, but it's fun to actually go up against another WNBA team and really get a gauge of where you're at and things we need to improve on and things like that. But yeah, I think more than anything, it's just trying to build chemistry with our new teammates. Compete and do their role and do their job and do it really well. And, you know, that's something we're going to have to carry over into games. You know, when things get competitive and you're in the heat of the moment or heat of battle, like, those are the moments that you really have to be together as a team. So it's been like that all throughout camp, but just translating that into games. It's fun to be back in front of our fans. I expect a really great crowd. You know, they're never going to miss an opportunity for us to cheer for us inside this building. So I've missed being here, so it'll be fun. It's Saturday, so I'm expecting a good crowd. It'll be fun. You know, you can play pickup, you can do workouts, you can do practice, all of that, but there's nothing like getting to put on your uniform and going out here and getting to compete with your teammates and, you know, play for the Fever and play in front of these amazing fans. There's really nothing like that. Nothing can really emulate that. So when you get opportunities like these, you don't take them for granted. So just really excited to be back here. Like you said, like, there's nothing that really can emulate this for me. So just getting back into it, you know, shake off a little bit of rust and go out there and play and be competitive.
There's Caitlin talking about trying to get back. Now the next game is going to be against the Brazilian team. She's definitely going to try to be back for that game. Let me take a look at some of the stats that what they had. Sophie Cunningham had 21 points, 8 rebounds. She was a plus 16 with 34 minutes. Now this is Sophie talking about after the game.
Sophie, most preseason games don't feel like this. You had 2 huge free throws to set it into overtime. How did this group get it done in extra time?
Man, you know, I think they killed us in the 3 quarters or 4 quarters because we went, is that me talking? Oh, no, that's them. Oh, my gosh. Sorry, blonde moment. But we just had to get it done defensively. I know we're going to make shots, and offensively we have every threat out there that you possibly need, but defensively is where we need to really dial it in.
In a preseason game, it might take a player a little bit to find their rhythm. Not for you, though. You look like mid-season form out there, and your first time in a Fever uniform. How ready were you for this moment?
You know, I didn't play in the offseason. I just want to get my body right. I had a couple surgeries. But you know what? This is a new era for me. This is just a fresh breath. Oh my gosh, I can't even speak. Fresh breath air. And we just have a really great group. We have a lot of great vets. We have a lot of young people who want to win, have the will to win, a bunch of dogs. And so I'm just coming in with a great attitude and just doing whatever the team needs me to do.
It was a competitive, chippy first half. You stepped up in some big moments, but you got the crowd going in some big moments. Just describe what it feels like to play in front of those crowds when you have them rocking.
Hey, you know what? At the end of the day, this is an entertainment business. I know a lot of people pay a lot of money to come and watch us play, and so we want them to have fun. And at the end of the day, I work my tail off in the off season, and now this is my fun. I want to go out there, I want to smile, I want to laugh, I want to get the crowd involved, and that's just who I am. I'm an energy player. And at the end of the day, I'm going to do whatever the team needs. But when you get this building popping, it's really hard to play here.
All right, preseason's all about learning. What did this team learn from this game that you can implement tomorrow and the rest of preseason?
Man, defense. We got to match up early. We got to learn how to rebound, fill our positions, transition. Like we're scratching the surface. You know, we have a lot of bodies. Training camp has been really great. But with that, it's a new team. We need to learn each other's rhythm. We need to get our chemistry going, and all that will come. So we have a lot to learn. But I really do think coming out with a dub for the very first time feels good.
And I'm sure fans are excited too. Well, congratulations. Thanks so much, Sophie.
Awesome. Thank you.
Great interview there by Kelsey and Sophie.
There you go with Sophie Cunningham. They ended up winning the game, like we said, overtime, 79-74 pregame. And the next game is against the Brazilian team in Iowa. And you know Caitlin Clark is going to want to play that game. It says it's unclear if Clark will be able to play in the Fever's second preseason game on Sunday. That should be a special game for Clark, as the Fever are set to face the Brazilian national team in Iowa, where Clark played during her historic college career. There are still 2 weeks before the start of the Fever regular season, which kicks off on May 17th with a matchup against the Chicago Sky. And that's going to be a great opening matchup. Let me know what you guys think about the season this year, what you think is going to happen. Keep it locked on this channel, because I'm going to be covering the WNBA a lot this year. I'm going all in. I didn't do it much last year, but this year I'm going to go full tilt. So I want you guys to, comment, subscribe, and let me know what you guys think about, even if you wanted me to talk about a certain team or subject, but I'm going to be mostly on the whole WNBA, especially in the Indiana Fever. Appreciate y'all. Hey, like I said, like and subscribe, and I'm look forward to the next video. And hopefully Caitlin plays against the Brazilian team, and I know she will. You watch. I gotta believe it. So y'all take care, and have a great day, and see you on the next video.